Hey, folks, welcome once again after a very long hiatus to the Double DLC podcast. Whether you're watching us, listening to us, we appreciate your viewer and listenership. And it is my absolute pleasure to introduce myself once again to you all. Darkslim, ready to talk about games, ready to talk. I don't need your applause. I don't need your applause. I'm ready to talk about all this E3 business, this tidal wave of announcements that have hit us and the ones to come. But before I do that, let me also introduce my podcasting partner, my commentary commandant, my nemesis to Chris Redfield, Daddy Fino.
What's up, people? What's up? How you guys doing? How you doing, Slim?
I'm great. I'm great. It's been such a long
And
time since we've got together.
I know. It's we did our trial couple like what 6 months ago, I think. Something like that.
Sometime
Think
last year.
yeah. But it feels good to be back. I'm still getting used to the setup. Sorry if I keep looking down. But man, I'm just happy to be back. Uh I've been having an itch to talk some video games again
Oh, I was gonna say you should
on
get
the
that checked.
live. Yeah. Oh, I do have an itch on my leg, but anyway, that's another story. It look. Anyway, I've just been having an itch to talk video games, bring the podcast back. I've been waiting, and I'm happy to be back and do
Back
this.
for
So
you.
let's get this started. You know what I mean?
Yes. And
By
before
the
we get
way,
yes.
thank you, Dwayne. I just have to throw a thank you, Dwayne, out there. Shout out
Mm.
to my homie Sasha. She'll know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, thank you, Dwayne. An advocate for, historical black colleges. Um, I know you mean Dwayne Wayne, correct?
No,
No?
no,
Oh,
not Dwayne Wade.
okay.
No,
This is a different world. And speaking of
Terramana.
it, speaking of it, we're not sponsored, so don't name anything. But we are
That's why I said
partnered.
thank you, Dwayne. I said
We're
thank you,
but we
Dwayne.
but we are partnered. Okay, so
Ah, I
also a
see what you
shout
did there.
out, to our partners over at CCG Gaming, Chaos Creed Gaming. You might also be catching us on their channel, and you'll be seeing more future collabs to come. But again, we want to thank you before we get started for taking time to listen to us or watch us as we're going to talk about, E3 2021. Who knew we would have an
Yes.
E3 again? Um, Last year, E3 was kind of weird, but we did have, um, you know, we still had a video game show. Jeff Keighley still put that together and things like that. But a
Hmm.
lot of things were out of flux, but things are starting to feel back to normal because we have these announcements over the course of this week, and a lot of big time announcements. Some we've waited for a very very long time to hear and see. But let's just get started with Summer Games Fest. Daddy Fino, Mr. Fino. What
But
what
you
are
could just
some
say Fino,
things?
keep it short. But
Well, you anything
I
I
know.
can please, but I and
Hey,
that's a
but
self edit,
whatever.
you know.
Yeah. But look.
Okay,
I'm just
because
some
because
people don't.
what people don't understand is
Go
that
ahead.
this is a podcast that we're both a part of, but at
Yes.
times we turn friendly fire on. Okay.
Sometimes I feel like it's on a lot. But anyway, it is what it is. You know. But look, let's just get to the point. Okay. You
Summer Games
said
Fest.
Summer Games Fest. Okay.
Mhm.
Jeff Keighley, right? That's his name. I don't know. I really don't like the guy, but anyway, I like
What are
that
you
he does
beefing with
do guest
him?
part. I'm just not a fan. Can I not be a fan of somebody?
That's
Kind
fine.
of boring to me.
But he
That's
brought us
just
some gaming
whatever.
news. Let's talk
He
about the
did, and
news.
I give him major props for that because we did get some really good news. Um, obviously, let's just get the main one out of the way. Um, Elden Ring. I want to bring that in because Elden Ring, I felt like was the game that we've been hearing about for what, like
Years,
2 years?
at
Yeah,
least.
I know for sure for me it was about 2 years. The whole George R. R. Martin, wrote this. I mean, this is why we don't have, that's why season 8 of Game of Thrones was terrible, was because
Come
of this
on,
game.
man. That's not fair.
Um,
Stop.
what you mean?
He had nothing to do with the
Wait.
show at that point.
Oh, he did it. Okay, whatever. All right. Anyway, that's another topic, maybe for another
Show.
day.
That's for my other
Let,
podcast. Let's just
look,
keep moving.
yeah, I'll have to join yours and talk about this. Anyway, I I will say I was impressed. Now I know it's a trailer, but it did have
By
gameplay in it.
Elden Ring, you still didn't say the name of the game. By
I said Elden Ring.
Ring.
Oh,
Elden
sorry,
Ring.
my bad. I thought I said Elden Ring. Anyway, I gotta say I was a little impressed. A little impressed.
Just a little tiny bit.
Just a little bit, because the reason I say a little is because, for starters, it's not my style of game that I like to play.
Mm.
It's like more Diablo, I guess.
No,
I'm assuming
no,
it's not Diablo.
at all. No.
I mean, no, not Diablo. Oh, God, what do you call that game?
Dark Souls?
Dark Souls. I knew it had souls.
There
Sorry,
we go.
Dark Souls. That's what I meant to say. It's more like Dark Souls.
Dark
I'm not a
Souls,
huge fan
Sekiro.
of that. Yeah, and it's crazy. And what proves I don't play those type of games, I have Sekiro. It's been I'm downloaded on my system since the day it came out. Actually,
It won
I have
Game of the
yet to play
Year, I
it.
think.
Yeah, I've yet to play it. So that just tells you, you know, it's just not my style. But I do. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try. The George
Well,
R. R. Martin thing does help me lean me in that direction of wanting to try this game. Um, I don't know if it's going to be like the other. I don't think it's a Game Pass game or anything like that. At least I don't
no,
remember
it's
if it
not.
was.
It's
It's
not.
not okay. So then, with it not being a Game Pass game, that means I will have to pay for it. I'll just have to wait for the reviews before I actually start it and pay for it. But other than that, I was impressed. Gameplay looked, pretty good. It looked like it's gonna be a lot of fun. What you think?
Well, the Dark Souls games, which I've given a try, they're not my type of game either. In my youth, I relished a challenging video game. I relished being able to advance in a game that had a very steep difficulty curve. I mean, I'm talking about trying to get to the top of the tower in, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I'm
Right.
talking about,
Right.
with the cheesy fucking AI, Shao Kahn, one hit, two hit kills. I'm talking about, NBA Jam back in the day, stretch physics where you're up 20. No, you're not. Down two. That type of shit. I used to relish playing those types of games. But as my time has become much more precious and limited, I can't a game that's like overtly difficult. I do appreciate it though. So I've
Mm-hmm.
seen run throughs of people playing Dark Souls and fucking beating the game like using one weapon or one spell or not getting hit, which is insane. Um, but this particular game, aesthetically, even though it does look like Sekiro and Dark Souls, I'm really wondering what the difficulty level is going to be like, especially since they're stressing, oh, this is a George R. R. Martin written story. So if you're
Right.
going to give me a story that's George R. R. Martin, you might catch some casuals that are fans of George R. R. Martin, want to play the game, but they're not going to be able to experience the story if they're dying every fucking 2 seconds, right? So the question is, will there be a way to experience this game that focuses more so on just experiencing the story, or is it going to be off the bat a hardcore punishing, type of experience? I don't know yet. um I would say I'm leaning towards it might be more like Sekiro and Dark Souls, which means it will be very, a pretty difficult game, a challenging game.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe this is where they're trying to find a happy medium. Maybe you get exclusive things if you're able to play the game normally, but there will be a way to play it so that it's more like just experiencing the narrative. No idea. It's open world. The graphics looked amazing. The sound design, everything was intriguing. Okay, Master Hand showed up, was fucking crawling at the guy. You had the lion turtle with the big bell balls going on. A lot of things that you want to explore and kill and destroy. But this is a game we've waited for a long time, and I would say that the trailer pretty much lived up to the hype. But I'm left with even more questions than answers after what I saw. So the release date, I think, what was January 2022.
Yes.
January 2022. Um, so I mean, it's like 7 months away. But from now till then, hopefully, we'll be getting more information about what the game will be like, and even who the game is for. You know,
Right.
they showed a lot of games at Summer Game Fest. I want to focus more on the this the kind of the big company stuff. But I did want
Yeah.
to give a little bit of a shout out to another game that may not be for me, but I could appreciate that it looked kind of cool. The Evil Dead game, which they've talked about for a long time. I'm not a huge fan of the Evil Dead series necessarily. Talking about the movies,
Yeah.
but
No. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I could appreciate. Even I could tell in the game that there were these little touches for the fans. And the
Right.
gameplay looked kind of cool. It's a co-op game, and I love me some co-op. Who knows? Maybe if it comes to Game Pass one day, I will check it out. And that I can promise you is a running theme, or will be a running theme in this episode of the Double DLC podcast.
Well,
Um,
I will say this too, because they did announce this through the game through Summer Game Fest.
hmm,
Um, and I know it's we'll definitely get into it later, but the Back for Blood beta is actually going to be, they announced that during that too.
yeah,
So that's going to be hype, and that'll be coming out months before the game comes out. I think the game comes out in October.
October. Yeah, there's
So
a lot of games
I
coming
would
out in
just,
October,
yes, yes, they got
August
the
and
Game
October.
Pass.
There's a lot of games coming out.
Yeah. So I would expect maybe the beta maybe next month, maybe
Yeah, yeah.
August,
I didn't
something
get a
like that.
chance to. I didn't get a chance to get into the alpha, but I saw a lot of
Hmm.
like Twitch streamers and stuff playing the alpha. And from what I saw, excuse me, as a fan of Left 4 Dead, was Left 4 Dead Plus. You know,
Yeah.
the way you can use the cards to modify your character and their abilities, and also the challenging card modifiers that you can apply so you can get better rewards or more XP and stuff during your runs. All look cool. The boss encounters were intense. I like the fact that they give you the option to either fight or flight. You know, like you don't have to
Hmm.
necessarily waste tons of resources trying to take out a boss. But if you do, there's big rewards. But you also might just want to use those resources to carve your way through a horde of zombies to get away from them.
Hmm.
It looked really cool. And also there seems to be more of an emphasis on like the story. Like the Left 4 Dead story was basically told not through cutscenes, but like through the character interactions, like the
Yeah,
dialogue
yeah.
cues. This one looks
As
like
you're
it builds
going,
on
yeah.
that. You know, it has the cutscenes, and there might be even more of a story that's fleshed out, which is nice. But look tight. Absolutely, I'm looking forward to playing again, once again, a co-op experience. There were tons of co-op games that were announced, and definitely Black for Blood is one of them.
Yeah, you're a big co-op fan. Like I
I
feel like
am.
that's like the gameplay game style you like. It's weird. Like I like co-op games, but for me, I've always just I like single player. I guess is more my I just like single player games. So I I'm one that I would definitely play co-op games. So Back 4 Blood is definitely on my list of games I want to play. And gonna probably pay for it and buy since it won't be on like Game Pass. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry.
No, I thought it
Oh no.
was.
Yeah, yeah, it is gonna be a Game Pass. So because I'm gonna pay
Yes,
for it, I'll definitely
that's the
play it.
theme.
But it it's just it's on my list, and that's saying something if it's on my list because I'm more of a single player guy. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
So what we got? What we got next? So what we got? The Ubisoft.
All right, we can skip to you, Ubisoft. Ubisoft had their, announcements, a bunch of games that they showed. Trying to think, what was the name of their like massive multiplayer, like extreme racing. Uh, like it had like
Oh, are you talking about
paragliding,
the? Yeah, yeah, the
riding something.
right, yeah. I forgot the name of
Very
that
very
game.
unprofessional of me not to.
I mean, honestly, it's not a game
It's not
that
for
I
me.
really.
It's a game that
Yeah,
it looks like an absolute, troll fuckfest. Like it, there were like these
yeah. It was
massive races that I could see people just trying to troll,
God,
others crashing
what
into
is it?
them. And
Is writing. Republic. Riders Republic. That's it.
okay, we'll go with
Riders
Riders
Republic.
Republic.
I
Okay,
believe that's
so
what it's called. I
Riders
don't
of the
know. Top
Lost
top.
Republic. Okay, that's what it is.
uh,
Order 66. Yeah, it,
yeah.
it looked it was one of those games that Ubisoft, they took like 20 minutes talking about it. I'm like, I'm probably never gonna try this game, but it does look interesting. Like if I
I
could
can't
trust
say I
that,
will never.
right, if it shows up on Game Pass, I'll play it. But I'm saying it looked like if it worked, it could be a great
Hmm.
experience. But I also saw so many opportunities where you can probably get a bunch of fuckheads, like on Fall Guys and all these other type of massive.
Yeah, just I
Uh,
mean any game that can get ruined
right,
by
yeah. Let me
idiots.
see if I could cause a 30-person pileup by riding my bike, the wrong direction into people.
Well, I'm gonna raise my hand on that. I might try to. I might try to be
So
that person.
Fino's
I'm
gonna
not gonna
ruin
lie.
it for
I mean,
everybody else.
I'm not that type of person, but that actually just sounded cool. So
The point
yeah,
is the possibility to do that is there.
yeah.
And
But I
and if
mean,
I
I'm
notice
fine
that
with
you're doing that
that
on the
part.
bike, then I'll go paraglide instead. I'll go squirrel suit fly instead. It looked kind of cool, but
I'm
that was
just
one of the
shocked.
games.
I'm shocked that Ubisoft is putting so much behind this. Like, I don't know why they were like, oh yeah, this game. This is the game that's gonna this is our next Assassin's Creed franchise. Is Riders Republic. People riding down on a bike or racing on a bike or a skateboard or I don't even know if skateboards is in it.
Snowboard. No, there was. I didn't see
Snowboarding.
skateboards.
Well, I'm sure that's coming
No,
in
did
the
I? No, no, no. There
DLC.
were
Did I?
skateboards. There were skateboards.
There was. I was gonna say I just
Yeah.
spoiled DLC. They're probably gonna be sponsored by Tony
In,
Hawk. Mix
inline
all that.
skating.
Like that. I mean,
Razor
I ain't gonna lie though.
scooters.
A Tony Hawk like
Collab.
type deal. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. As a person that rebought Tony Hawk, the remastered thing, I gotta say, huh?
But you haven't played it yet. I whispered to the people.
No, I have played it.
Oh.
I actually, yeah,
Okay.
yes.
So
I
you went
did
to
play.
the start menu and
Yes, I played the game. I have
ah.
achievements. Check my achievements.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Okay.
I got the letters again when you have to spell out the damn words and all that.
Sweet.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
All right. I'll get off your back.
I didn't get the high scores, but it's a little different, And then the mall is fucking crazy. I don't know how the hell does people skate the whole mall in 2 minutes. I don't get it. I don't know. Shout outs to people who can. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Riders Republic. But Riders
But
Republic
Riders
was
Republic
not,
is
that wasn't the game that caught like our eye though from Ubisoft.
no, it wasn't. It's just I feel like they're gonna get more love than the game that caught our eye. That's just me. But go ahead. Let the people know.
That game was Rainbow Six
Extraction.
formerly known, I think, as Quarantine, but they didn't want.
Yeah,
to use
that's the thing
word.
that threw me off. I was like, wait, was there another game? Like, are they
Nope,
they call? I
same
thought it was like a
game.
brand new thing, but okay,
Yeah, they changed
it's
it.
cool. I mean, I don't understand what was the point of the code name. I really don't get the point. But I mean,
Quarantine or Extraction?
the quarantine, like, what was the point of saying quarantine? They were the ones always using quarantine, and then they changed it to extraction at E3. Like,
well,
like
based on what we saw gameplay wise, it was this whole idea that something was spreading, right? This alien race or something like that. They're like spreading, and they emphasized They emphasized that on a map or on the ground terrain, whatever, because it's open world, very similar to it's a mix of the Division, a bunch of Ubisoft titles of the Division,
Yeah.
of Rainbow Six
Siege
Siege, and
and
maybe
a
a
little
little
Splinter
bit of
Cell.
Splinter Cell, with the covert, aspect of it, the sneaky. But this particular game, they emphasize the fact that as that spreads, if you don't deal with it, it slows you down and your compatriots, but it speeds up the enemy. Like they can move faster on that territory. So maybe
Right.
the quarantine aspect had to do with containing that more, but that doesn't matter. The point is that what we
Yeah, no.
saw, they emphasized this extraction mechanic. You go in as a team of three, and if one of they didn't say what happens if two, but if one of your partners, one of your co-op playmates, goes down and you can't recover them, you can't like revive them, they get basically kidnapped by the enemy, and you have a chance to extract them. You have a chance to rescue them. If you do not rescue them, that player's progress is gone permanently. Anything you had on that
And
player, anything you unlocked, any cosmetic, any new gun, any attachment, any of that shit. If you are
so wait,
not
this
successfully
is
extracted, your shit is gone.
but this
That's
is what I when they say it's gone. Are you talking about what you bring in with you? Or are you
yes.
talking about
The
okay,
character
so
itself. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't know, but I think Escape from Tarkov. Like, shout out to JT, who's the only person I actually know who plays that game. Um, whatever gear you had with you, whether it was a legendary gun or whatever, that shit is gone. That's gone.
okay.
So I would be tight if I go in there with like my shotgun that I spent, freaking 2 weeks trying to earn, and then we go on a mission, and then Ruff thinks we're playing, fucking Riders Republic over here, sabotages the mission, and then I lose my damn shotgun, you know?
Right.
And you best believe, I'm a good teammate. But if I'm playing with people that piss me off and they go down and I can't pick them up and we gotta extract them, you best believe I'll run up right up to their bodies with fucking a pile of enemies behind me, and I will
Just
not press the button to extract them. I'll just fucking leave. You better believe I'll
well,
do
this
that.
is the thing. So basically what this game is telling me, this game is not a game that you want to play like with like randoms.
No. God,
And
no.
that's basically what this game is saying. This is made you better have two friends, and if you don't have friends, there's a look for group option. And you need to find two people and play this
You
game because if
trust.
you don't, yeah, two that you trust. Because if you don't, and you better at least hope they're decent because they can't be trash. Like you gotta be with at least one person that's God mode, and then you can't have any any Sakuras on your team. Okay, you need at least a Naruto and get like a Rock Lee or something like that. It'd be kind of OD with a Naruto and Sasuke, but you know what I mean. But other than that,
I agree.
I mean, if that's the type of game they want to make, I feel you. What I hope though is that the difficulty is like it's challenging. I don't want something easy where three people we just roll through this. It's got to be hard.
Well, if it's like the division, it's supposed to scale, appropriately. It's open world, so there'll be probably zones where if you're not well equipped, don't even bother going in there. Like,
Right, right.
so
But see,
that
that's
that the
my only
scaling,
thing
the
is.
pacing should hopefully be good.
So I guess it's definitely gonna be a game that's replayable. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of events and stuff like they'll have. Um, you know,
One thing for me, like a little bit of a critique on the game, because I am excited to try it. Absolutely, it looks cool. And again, it's a co-op game, so I'm down. But
Right.
one thing that like I thought that the variety of enemies was pretty cool. Like they had a bunch of different enemies, different threat levels, um, that had different abilities. But to me, aesthetically, they weren't different enough. That's because all the enemies are like this black, gooey, venom like, substance with some of them
Yeah.
have like red, red spots on them that are like their weak points. But ultimately, like if you're in a room and shit is going off, I thought because the enemies kind of look samey, it could be difficult to strategize in a high intense situation because of the enemy aesthetics. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I mean, I get that, but then maybe that makes the game more. It is, that's what causes the game to be more difficult because you don't know what's coming at you. Because if they all look the same, you're like, oh, okay. Let's just say this one over here, the one to my left, looks the same as the one on my right, but I don't know which one is actually the stronger one. And then, let's say one shoots fucking rocks at you or something. The other one shoots a laser beam. I don't know which one to attack because they haven't, they both look
Yeah.
alike. So I'm gonna have to guess. You know what? I think the one on the right is the one that has the rock that throws rocks. I could kill him, and then I go and attack him. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the laser beam mother guy. And I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Whoops. Womp womp.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Like
So it can add to that. I'm fine with that if that's the way they're. I doubt that's
then
what
I'm
they
hoping that it
decided,
has a
but
good like I'm hoping to mitigate that because then that sounds like the teamwork has to be impeccable. Like you have to be calling out shit
well, yeah, and that
and
just adds to more of the
right.
fact that you need. It's just like Division. I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, you could play Division by yourself, but it's better. One, you kind of need a team to be good in Division. Definitely to get
Yeah.
to get all the equipment, to get stuff like that, to
Absolutely.
survive the danger zones and all that.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect for this game. It's a game that I can already tell you. Shout out to my boy Fred. He's gonna be playing this game a lot. He's gonna be trying to get me to play it, and because he absolutely loves Division.
Yeah. Well, so
So
Cortez did too, and I think E played a lot of it.
so there
But what I'm
you
saying
go.
is, I
So
hope then to add to that they have either a really solid system for like pinging, or that the
right.
characters are very vocal, perhaps in saying, "Oh, something's coming." Like they say the type.
And yeah, we really didn't. I don't know if we really even heard that. Yeah, like at least I
No,
wasn't paying
I couldn't
attention to
tell
it.
because I think you heard more the voice, the chatter, the
The
party chat,
commentator, yeah,
right, of the
yeah.
three players that would DK playing. But
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're gonna maybe help with that. But we'll see. The point is the game looked pretty solid and promising. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm very very eager to try that game. Okay, so we're gonna go on now to the Microsoft conference. It was an hour and a half long, and it
It
consisted,
was. It didn't feel like that.
yeah, and it consisted like it was nearly an hour and a half, like an hour and 25 minutes, and it was like 90% just games, just game trailer after
Yeah, I
game
mean,
trailer after game trailer.
Time
Yeah,
flies by when you're having fun, because I
right.
didn't even
They
know it was that
showed
long.
they showed 30 games. Not every
Yes.
game had gameplay,
Right.
but they showed
Yes.
30 games coming to Xbox um this or next year.
Hmm.
And out of the 30 games, 27 of them are also coming to Game Pass, which just adds to the enormous value of that
Suck on
particular
that, Al.
system. So Sony needs their own version of Game Pass. They need
For
something, but
those for those that don't know why I'm saying that, okay? My cousin Al, huge fan of the show, okay? He is a Sony fanatic. He only buys Sony stuff. He's never bought an Xbox. Don't think he's ever touched an Xbox.
he
It's hard to
has.
even get him in the same room as an Xbox. It's weird. But you know what? I love him anyway. He's a Sony guy, so he hates anything that happens for the Xbox. He doesn't realize that the Game Pass almost killed Sony, but it's okay.
Well, I mean,
Um,
to his defense or credit, I don't know what to call it, but I
Yeah,
did
whatever.
talk to him. I did talk to him post Microsoft conference. He thought it was a very good conference, and we're gonna get into why.
Oh, he watched it. Oh shoot.
Yeah,
Okay.
he saw most of
Okay.
it.
Go ahead.
And he said, first thing he says Sony needs an answer to that Game Pass, and 1,000% I agree. But let's talk about why a lot of what we saw excited us. They started it
Okay.
off with Todd Howard, who is the big brain at Bethesda, their new
Mm-hmm.
acquisition, huge gaming developer studio that has a 25-30 year track history of making
Yes.
games. And they showed a little bit of a trailer for Starfield with a launch date, 11/11/22.
Eleven
So
twenty-two.
that's 18 months away, but it's coming. It's an Xbox exclusive, and
Which
they
is
confirmed.
that is huge.
Yeah, it is because
And I wonder if
initially
that's
that
the
wasn't the
trend.
point.
Right. I wonder if that's the trend that they're gonna be going with.
Well, they spend a lot of money on Bethesda. So does it make sense for them to just allow multi-platform releases of these games? No. It financially it doesn't. So you bought the studio, you do whatever you want.
Right.
But across Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass,
Mm-hmm.
um, that's a huge install base. That's tens of millions, hundreds of that's a bunch of players who are going to be exposed to these games outside of the Sony and Nintendo ecosystems.
Yep.
I'm not even going to mention Stadia, and I'm not going to mention any Amazon games. Fuck them.
Right.
So they're not players here. So they showed some Starfield. We know nothing about the game except that they've been working on it forever.
Can I say what I
Um,
feel like it is gonna be though?
sure.
Because I don't
Speculate.
like you said, we know nothing. But from that trailer, I got some Star Wars vibes. But I also feel like I feel like it's gonna be like a mix between Star Wars and Star Trek, and then like add some Mass Effect in there.
Well,
It just
it,
felt like that type of vibe. Now, if you're telling me it's gonna be, an open, well, obviously it's open world, we know that, but if it's
in
gonna be
worlds.
just think, yeah, open worlds, so you got, this is the company that made, the Oblivions, the Skyrims, the Fallouts, and so it's gonna be open world like that, but in space, and you get, I guess, your own ship, and you get your own, whatever it is
Right.
that you're a part of, a fleet, like
I wonder if they'll have fleet
that
battles.
that right there, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
I
that
mean,
right there that's truly remarkable how great of
yeah,
a game that can be. And because it's Bethesda, besides if we take away Fallout 76, okay, let's just, that never happened.
right.
Okay. You know, let's just, every, I don't want to say every game, but every game that I've played of Bethesda, I'll just say that then, has been fire, has been pretty much what they said it would be and more. I mean, Oblivion and Skyrim are in my top 10 games I've ever played. Like top 10 favorite games and then top 10 games I play. So it's hard to be on both lists. Like, I mean, that alone, just, they have all my respect and love. I trust them. Starfield is going to be amazing. Hopefully, it doesn't get delayed or anything like that. Still a long time away, 11 11
Long time.
22. But that's the, like, right now, if, I mean, I know God of War comes out next year, but Starfield may,
Would. What you
well,
gonna say?
yeah, yeah.
What you gonna do? Say Starfield's game of the year is not even out?
I don't know. What I'm saying is right now
The
it's the
fuck?
leading contender. It's the leading
Well, we don't know
contender.
it. Listen, okay, I understand you're
It's the
excited.
leading contender.
I understand you're excited.
God of War and those two right now, the top two for game of the year.
I'm the
Right
jaded.
now they're the, if you, I'm just saying this, like, let's just bring this to the NBA. Okay, they would be like the Lakers and like the Clippers and the Nets. Like they in that kind. They're the contenders. Like,
All right, let me
so they're the favorites to win the title. That's all I'm saying.
pump the brakes for a second.
Prior to the season, I know the Lakers are terrible, but I'm just saying.
Brakes for a second. I will be the voice then in this scenario of those jaded gamers who were awaiting an arguably more anticipated game than Starfield in Cyberpunk. Okay. And Cyberpunk, although a lot of people enjoyed what they got to play, it did not hit the mark of its hype. It did not match the hype at all. It's still not available on Sony's online store. Yeah, what do you want to say?
Who made Cyberpunk?
They didn't make it. It's CD Projekt Red.
But
CD Projekt Red.
That's my point.
But CD Projekt Red's track record is equally impressive.
Is it Bethesda level?
No, because they haven't been in the game as long as Bethesda, and they haven't made as many games.
That is my point.
But see, this is where I disagree with you, because Bethesda, although they have made some monumental games, along with their track record, also comes the fact that when their games release, especially the open world games, they are buggy. They are very, very buggy.
Okay, but that's most games. That's most games, though.
No, but the Bethesda ones, those are memes. You know, like that's
but we're talking about a game that takes you.
Listen, all I'm saying is,
play the game hundreds of hours to play. It's gonna have bugs.
We don't know. We still don't know what this game is. We've seen nothing, and you're already putting it on par with another game we've seen nothing of. Okay, God of War, Ragnarok.
Okay, but it's like that's like saying
off of names alone. You're going off a name alone.
No, that's like saying. Hold on. That's like saying you don't know what you're gonna get from Jordan.
The last time, stop making basketball analogies. They're terrible for this situation.
Okay, that's like saying you don't know what Aaron Rodgers. That's like saying you don't know what Aaron Rodgers is gonna do.
We don't even know what team he's gonna be on.
But that don't matter. You know he gonna ball out.
Because if he goes to your fucking Jets, he's cursed. Now let me finish.
Oh, we went into it. You know what? Don't get me started. Go ahead.
I don't even think you can win the Canada Bowl. All right. I don't even think you can win the Tostitos Bowl.
Talk.
Okay. Drink. Okay. For the people who don't know, he's been taking several swigs. So take everything he says for the rest of this podcast with 5 grains of salt, because that's what he put around the cup rim before he took his drink. Okay. Now, let me finish what I was saying.
That's a good idea.
The last time the gaming industry asked me to get hyped for a space venturing game was No Man's fucking Sky. And everybody knows that shit was a flop. It took time for them, that small little studio. Okay, it's not Bethesda here we're talking about, but this small studio, it took them time for them to get to where they are now. All right, to the point where they went from overhype, under delivering, over promised shit to a very decent updated game for free for players who remain loyal, and for newcomers that are like, oh, what's this? Have they reached the potential that they promised and they showed off when they first debuted it? No Man's Sky at the E3? No, they have not.
No, they haven't.
But what I'm saying is, with Bethesda, we still don't even know what this game is. The last release they came out in the open world series was 76, and 76 was an example of a lot of bad choices. Non-consumer.
Okay, true.
Bullshit, unplayable, buggy games, bad refunds, false promises. Okay,
that's true.
So,
that's true, but it was a different.
Temper.
To be fair,
my expectations.
To be fair, now let me ask you this, because I don't know if this is confirmed or not. Is Starfield single player?
We don't fucking know.
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking. Oh, okay. Okay. See, I thought that was confirmed. I thought it was confirmed.
Whether it's single player or multiplayer, though,
I think it matters. I think it does.
I would wish that it has a multiplayer component to it, but if it doesn't, I'm just expecting, if it's Fallout in space, that could be cool. If it's Elder Scrolls in space, that could be cool. You know, um, one of the
I
things with No
just
Man's one of the things with No Man's Sky, I don't want to spend too much time on a game we barely saw anything of. But one of
I
the things
know,
with No
but
Man's Sky was that it promised multiplayer. That game promised multiplayer, and it promised you go into planets and there being like cultures and things to learn about and blah blah blah. And a lot of the universe was empty in that game initially. I'm not expecting that with Starfield. I'm expecting you land on a planet. There's going to be a whole civilization there, whole race or races of different species of alien life, or well, in this case, you're the alien life, perhaps. But I'm saying of different cultures to interact with their own lore and all this stuff, and that it's going to feel like a living, breathing galaxy that you're traveling through. Um, I'm hoping that that's the case. Uh, they know how to world build, so hopefully, that's what they do here with Starfield. All right, let's
okay.
move on, but let's stay in space. Halo, Halo Infinite, a game that's been delayed. The fucking game is on the back of the Xbox Series X box, and it's not out, but it's gonna come out
Right.
holiday 2021 this year, later this year. What were your
Yes.
thoughts, reactions to what you saw uh, on Halo Infinite?
Well, the big thing they showed was the multiplayer. Uh, they were kind of smart by not showing the single player, because that's what we saw originally, and I felt like they knew where to. They was like, you know what? Let's just throw the fire out now. Let's throw that heat. We know that this is gonna make up for the terrible L, I guess, that many people gave them uh,
Yeah, it was
last year.
underwhelming. Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
No, I
I
mean
didn't
underwhelming.
see.
The original when they showed Halo Infinite.
No, I know what you meant. I thought the original was fine. But it is what it is. I just thought the multiplayer, everything about it was good. I love, pretty much the grappling hook just showed that was just amazing alone. I think that alone won them a lot of points, for sure. Just the whole where you can use the grappling hook to take the to kick the guy out the car, hijack, or just you can grab a weapon that's right in front of you. With the dude grab the sword, use the sword to cut him, like that. That was dope. I just felt like that whole scenario, that whole was what was it, about maybe 5, 10 minutes that they showed or whatever it was. I
Mhm.
just felt like the whole thing was exciting. It made me want to be like, okay, yeah, Halo Infinite, yeah. I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't gonna play the game anyway. I don't care what anyone
Right,
says.
but
Even
it
all
got you
the people
excited.
that, yeah, I feel like all the people who gave them an L before, it didn't matter. They were gonna buy that game or will play it on Game Pass immediately, just like everyone else, because it's Halo. All this did was made me be like, okay, now I can't wait till holiday, even though I already had that feeling anyway. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it definitely got me like excited to play Halo. Not just excited at the prospect of a new Halo and hope. You know, from what I saw, it was enough. Yeah, I'm with you. I was very excited. They did announce during that reveal yesterday that the multiplayer would be free to play. They went into more details today. I don't know if you got a chance to see their multiplayer reveal from today earlier.
I do not.
But let me throw some things on you. So not only is the game going to be free to play with cross progression,
Mm-hmm.
between PC and Xbox Series X and Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's also going to be loot box free, no loot boxes. They're also going to have battle passes that do not expire, meaning you can purchase a battle pass and there's no time limit to when you can finish it. And as a matter of fact, they're even allowing you to buy previous battle passes if you didn't get a chance to buy those to unlock all the cosmetics from there. All unlocks as well are cosmetic. So there's no pay to win system here. It's not like if I'm not mistaken, in Halo 5, some unlocks were like kind of loot box based. You had to earn these currencies and then you got random things
Right.
out of it. That's not the case here. They also said that there are some cosmetics, some unlockables that are strictly gameplay based, meaning that you have to accumulate a certain amount of time or they're based on earning them through gameplay. So we're not talking about a battle pass challenge or whatever. Like that's kind of like bringing it back to Halo 2 days. Like when you saw somebody, or Halo 3 rather, when you saw somebody running around with the Hayabusa armor, the samurai shit, you
Yeah.
knew one or two things. Either that motherfucker's a hacker or that dude only eats shits, breathes Halo. That's all that you knew it. And you avoided
Right.
that, on the map. You made sure to keep sniper rifles and swords away from that dude. You know what I mean? So
Well,
they
I
announced all of
mean,
that.
so are they gonna have like when it's cosmetic? I'm gonna assume skins. Like they're
Yeah,
gonna
so they
have.
they showed so the way that it's gonna work is it's not like a head to toe type skin. It's more like
Mhm.
parts, like so like left arm, right arm, helmet, even the visor that you have, the color scheme,
Mhm.
your leg armor. Like so, there's gonna be a lot of things to unlock, so you can mix match. That also means you're gonna have a high variety of looks, that people can rock, right? But
Okay.
yeah, they basically there's a lot of things to unlock. There's also weapon skins now. I don't know if they're gonna have different types of reticles. I doubt that. I also don't know if there's gonna be like vehicle skins necessarily. But everything is like is cosmetic.
Okay.
So
I
that
mean,
that
that's fine. I'm never. I mean, honestly, I'm just trying to think. Honestly, the only game that really has like skins that I feel like are actually like good, believe it or not, Fortnite was really because I think Apex skins are terrible.
yeah.
And I'm an Apex
Fortnite
fan.
has like really cool skins. If you're into that game, I
So
mean,
I
you
feel
can.
like,
What other game can you play? Fucking The Mandalorian versus Rick Sanchez.
yeah, I just feel
Only
like
Smash
I
Brothers.
wish I don't get why other games don't have something similar to that. Like I said, I've been dying for Apex to have a good skin.
Yeah.
But whatever, I wish Halo. I don't know what Halo is gonna have. Because there are a stronger entity. You know, companies and sponsorships are gonna be
Oh, you
more
talking
likely to
about
team
like
up
if
with
they're gonna have
them.
skins that are like licensed
Well, no, I
property
just want.
stuff?
Well, no, I just want
I don't know.
something. I just want it to look cool. Like I just don't want it to be,
Well,
oh, red armor, a red handband, or I care less
yeah,
about that. If
I
that's the
feel you.
case,
I
I'd
feel
rather
you.
you not have it.
The
That's all I want.
samurai,
Something interesting.
the samurai armor that they showed, I mean, looked
Well, that
really
was
fucking cool.
fire. What if they
And
have maybe like a,
as a Halo
let's just say they
fan,
team up with not God of War. What if they team with like Game of Thrones or something, and you get like a fucking
a Baratheon
uh
helmet.
yeah, Baratheon thing, or just something Targaryen armor or something like that. Like just something cool,
Why
where
would you do
it's
that?
not.
Now that's in my fucking head.
I'm just saying, I want
You
more
could get
than
like
just the
Night King
color.
horns. You could get Night King
Yeah,
horn.
just something.
Or
I
for
just
your
want
melee
something cool.
attacks, you get the Valerian steel dagger, the Arya's dagger,
Oh, that would be nice.
like just as your default
That,
melee. All right. Anyway, the point is,
yeah, team up with
they
Marvel.
they look. There's plenty of cosmetics that they were showing, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
potential with past Halo games, of you possibly unlocking a visor that belonged to a character you liked, and blah blah blah.
Right,
So
right, right. I
that's
got you. I got
there.
you.
We'll see how that goes. They also talked about a Spartan Academy for like new players. It's basically like their shooting range, but it offers you a lot of like you can play against bots, set them up in different scenarios, try different guns out. So it seemed like a nice entryway or refresher for players of
Yeah,
Halo.
like what the
Um,
old Call of Duties had. I got you.
yeah, but this one looked pretty cool, like robust. And they showed not that many maps, but I'm pretty sure that once the game launches, I mean, if it follows the track record of past Halos, there'll probably be a way to make your own maps or community based maps like through Forge or whatever. I don't I'm not gonna lie. I was watching the video on mute. I couldn't hear the audio at the time from where I was at. But no, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
But from what I saw, I think the potential's there. I think they are gonna bring back some version of Forge. And that means you get community made games that when they get popular
Yeah,
enough,
no, I think they have to
they'll
because I feel like Halo was like one of the first games to, well, I mean, that I know of at least,
on console at
that
least.
really, yeah, that really brought that like the
Yeah,
fan made stuff, and
yeah,
I don't know how many crazy games that we played in Halo,
yeah.
so yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hopefully they keep that alive. And the fact that it's cross progression is great. You can go to I think it's Waypoint. I want to say it's Waypoint, the Halo Waypoint.com or something like that. To make
Hmm.
sure that you're registered there, and then you can try to sign up for like early beta access, early game access for
Gotcha.
Halo Infinite. I did that a little bit earlier on both PC, and I have to verify that I think on console. So you know, that's coming. Big game, waiting for that. Psychonauts 2 was also announced. If you're looking for a good platformer with a great track record, Psychonauts 1 was a cult classic, type of game. I think Tim Schafer is the name of the guy that made the game. I
Hmm.
think, I think.
I
But
think that sounds right.
Psychonauts 2 look like really cool, really awesome. It's going to be that trippy, psychedelic type of adventure platformer, puzzler type game. A lot of personalities coming straight to Game Pass. So, you got nothing to lose. Try it out if you're looking for a platformer on Xbox, which I know we've starved for it, especially since you got games like Ratchet and Clank that just came out for the PS5. That action platformer. Stalker 2. What'd you think of Stalker 2, man? That was like the second game that they showed in
Right.
the
Yeah.
presentation. What'd you think of that?
It looked interesting. I've heard about Stalker, never played it. I think it was a PC, the first one.
Yeah, it was a PC
Um,
game.
so I really have no knowledge of it. Um, but I know that a lot of people did like it. As far as the original, I mean, um, and it seems interesting. It does seem like a game I'm definitely going to play. Because I believe that's one of the 27 games that is on, excuse me, that is on Game Pass.
I
Um,
think it was. I think it was.
so if it's definitely going to be one of the games on my list to play.
Yeah.
Honestly, in general, honestly, I think all 27 games that are going to be on Game Pass from this thing, I will play at one point or another.
Doesn't hurt to
Um,
try if you have the space, right, on your hard drive.
right,
Um,
so I got plenty of games to get rid of. I'll definitely play. The Stalker 2 did look good. I thought it was beautiful. The cinematic scenes and all that, it
yeah, the
captured my
visuals.
attention.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that
It definitely
the
captured.
since I'm like you, I'm not familiar with the Stalker series. I didn't play it either, the first one on PC. But I put the long chatty chats that were going on in the little reveal trailer aside because that felt kind of like it was dragging, but it could be, I don't know, it could be callbacks. I have no idea. But the visuals, the details on every firearm that was there uh looked amazing. And the trailer ends with like this lightning effect that's going on uh on a mass scale, up against like these metal girders or whatever. It looked so awesome. Like, so visually, I would say this is one of the first games. um rather, I'll say it was the only game. I thought it was the only game they showed gameplay of that looked next gen, next to like Forza Horizon. Um,
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, because Forza looked.
yeah,
If
next to
there was
Forza
one game,
Horizon,
like Forza is always the one game that's a way advanced for its time.
and
I mean, they even said they used 12K cameras to make it. So that
just the
alone just
sky,
shows,
just for the fucking Mexican
yeah,
sky, like to make sure it's
something
cloud
that doesn't
accurate.
even matter. Yeah, it was like,
Uh,
okay,
DK cloud
wow.
accurate.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So major props to them.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk a little bit about Forza. Racing games are not. They used to be so much more prominent. I used to be a big fan of the Burnout series and Gran Turismo and Ridge Racer. I mean, I'm dating myself going that far back, right? But racing games are something. F Zero. I used to also love F Zero, and Mario Kart. I don't count. That's more like a party type, you know.
Mm,
But they used to be like really prominent, and they kind of fell off for me. but I think the racing games for these consoles are really where they showcase their visual. Like
Hmm.
Sony does it with Gran Turismo, and Forza is what Microsoft uses to flex with. And yeah, like you mentioned, the skies. They use 12K cameras for that. The seamless transitions that they had also in the gameplay, where you could do like the way you link up with your friends while you're just driving down a road, and there's different options. You can keep driving, and you can do like a street race and arcade mode. You could really easily, and that I thought
Yeah,
was really
that's
smart.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the car models looked amazing. The terrain, the lighting, the ray tracing, the god tracing. I think they even called it in some cases. All of that was spectacular, and that's one of those games that hey, it's on Game Pass.
Hmm.
If you have the television or the monitor to flex the 120 frames 4K, that's the game you want to play. That's the
Yeah,
game you want to show your system's power off to somebody who's visiting or whatever. That you throw that on and forget it. Their eyes are gonna fucking bleed in all good ways. Um, but you know what? Not to because we agreed that Forza Horizon and Stalker 2 had amazing visuals, like really truly looking next gen visuals. I don't want to shortchange Battlefield 2042 either. 2042,
right.
the visuals in that game looked amazing too. There was so much shit going on, and it got to the point that for the viewers, the listeners, right? We were watching the E3 announcements. Myself, you, Cortez. Shout out to Cortez. We were watching these things together, and I think JT too. JT joined us for a little bit, maybe.
No, no,
All right, he was in
I
spirit,
don't remember
but he
him.
did join us on Battlefield later. We
Yeah,
went
yeah.
straight looking for downloading whatever the last Battlefield was if we could, and Battlefield 5 as part of EA Game Pass or whatever is on there or whatever
Right.
Play EA
EA
Play
Play, EA Play. Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
We downloaded it immediately. We were ready to spend $6 because it was on sale, but then we were like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, we're Game Pass
Shit.
boys. We
Yeah,
don't
the
need to
shit's
spend
free. Yeah.
money. Yeah, so we just
We,
downloaded
we
the damn
fancy like
game.
that.
Yeah, like 80 gigs. It was like a tortoise and a hare race for who could download it first, and we got it all downloaded, and we actually played a few matches of Battlefield 5 just because of what we saw from Battlefield 2042. And what were some of the things you saw that you want people to be aware of, or just to give your reaction to?
Well, I mean, I just want to go back to this Battlefield 5 for a second because
Okay.
when we turned it on, you saw like the visuals in
Right.
that
Yes.
game, and and then you saw what happened in the trailer for 2042, and you're like, okay, those 2042 shit on what we thought was already great in 5.
Amazing. Yeah. Battlefield 5 has
So
amazing visuals.
yeah, and it was like trash compared to what we saw in
Yeah.
2042. So that alone, I mean, that's what captured my eye. At the end of the day, though, it is a multiplayer only game. They cut off the
Right.
campaign. They stripped everything. They going straight multiplayer, which is what exactly it should be. 128 people. Okay, well, 64 on the regular console, but 128 for the Xbox Series X and PS5 and PC players. And they're just
Insane.
making it as great as it should be. That's all I want. I don't care about anything else. I honestly, I'll be honest with you, the as great as the graphics were, I don't even care for that. I just want the Battlefield experience to be back to what it like. Just that's focus on that.
I tell
Don't
you,
add a campaign to a game that doesn't. No one cares for that. Like they're not playing Battlefield for the damn campaign, so don't throw it in there. Focus on what makes you great. Your
yeah,
game is
most
called
likely
Battlefield. I want to be on a
put me on the
battlefield with
battlefield. Yeah,
yeah.
not to because it's gonna get constantly compared to Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty, is an arcadey, twitchy shooter. Ultimately,
Mm,
that's what it is. And
yeah.
yes, you have moments in Call of Duty where oh shit, I feel like I just did a badass play. But
Yeah.
Battlefield
Yeah.
just gives you like, and even with I forgot what's the mode that they added to this latest Call of Duty where it's like a big team battle. Like what's they added the mode, which is pretty
Oh. Well,
popular.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
know.
talking
I
about?
don't. Yeah, it's like
It
ground
was the
war, but
most. It
yeah.
was as of last year, besides Warzone, it was like the most played mode. That's what people played the most. But I forget the name of it, but that's not the point. The point is that mode never felt like Battlefield. Like in Battlefield, if you're playing with a squad of 4, you can have moments where your squad, where you feel like your team is winning on this ginormous map because of something, a play that your squad made.
Yeah.
Battlefield has those moments so much more often than what Call of Duty tried to do or replicate. I think that's not Call of Duty's wheelhouse. But if you're looking for that type of experience, you turn that up to 11 now because they showed the environmental destruction, the tornado that was coming through, the sandstorm, the entire skyscrapers are going to be falling down. Now you have squirrel suits, so now everybody can just like maneuver from high point to high point. It's going to offer this chaos, but chaos is a ladder. You know what I'm saying? It's going to offer you moments where you're going to feel like, damn, my Alpha Squad, we really made a difference in this 128 player lobby.
I tell this story. I think I told this to you yesterday. I probably told you this story years ago. I don't know, but the story I always bring up, Battlefield is to me, this is the greatest moment I did in gaming ever. Okay, Battlefield, the one with the cops and robbers. Okay, it was the map where there's this tall ass building in the middle of the game. I think C is the objective that's up there. We needed it to win the game because we were down. The enemy had it locked down. On the way up to the top where C is, you got to either take the elevator or you got to fly in. And for some reason, my team, my 6, I don't know how many people were on that game, on one team. But anyway, for some reason, we could not infiltrate this building for shit. So I told the random that I was on my squad, I was like, look, just fly me up there. I'll go solo. This is my mission.
I am John McClane.
Just throw me up there. He flew me up there. I landed and I saw this snake and killed everybody. They didn't even know I was there. Just took them off one by one. Boom, boom, boom. We took C and we won the damn game. My greatest achievement. I still feel like, holy shit, I did that.
Yeah.
That is Battlefield.
It's a different, scale.
Like, drop the mic. Like,
can you have like moments in Call of Duty where like you make a clutch defuse? Or
1v6.
You 1v1, in a search game. Yeah, you can. Yeah. You absolutely can. But those moments feel so fleeting, and the dependency on like kill streaks and things like that. Battlefield,
and it happens so often. Just Battlefield, it's like once in a honestly, I feel like your play, you're gonna make one key play like maybe once every 20 games because it's just there's so every game is so different. Like you're just never gonna know what's gonna happen because you're playing with 128 people.
Yeah.
So you don't know. Oh shit. Okay. These people may all be aggressive, or maybe 10 of them are, or 20 of them are aggressive. 20 of them just stay at sea, or there's so many different mixes. It's just crazy. Battlefield by far was my favorite E3 experience, and I think it even showed out before the conferences really started. I think I don't know when, I don't know if they showed it during Game Fest or they showed it the day before.
Yeah.
But it was E3 week, so I don't care.
They showed a little bit, but for the Xbox one, they showed more gameplay.
More, okay. So yeah, then Battlefield won.
For you?
EA won. EA won E3. So let's just say that.
Okay. Fino's giving out his stamp of approval. His trophy that he just forged in the fires of his convictions. He's giving that to EA and their efforts with Battlefield 2042.
And that's a game that drops if anyone knows, October. For those, I hate EA. So that just tells you
they're not a very beloved company. Don't worry. But speaking of beloved,
fucking Madden. God
speaking of beloved, okay. Let's give a shout out to Sea of Thieves, bringing a partnership that makes so much sense. Okay, you got a pirate game. Who's the pirate? You know, Luffy? No, you can't get Luffy. You can't get One Piece. But you go one step aside and you get Captain Jack Sparrow, a
Okay, hold
collaboration with the
on.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm not giving what's that? What's that the Chris Rock joke? Where a dad's like, oh, I
I take
paid
care of
well,
my
no,
kids.
wait.
I take
Yeah,
care
I
of my
take care of
kids.
my kids. Bitch, that's what you're supposed to
That's what
do.
you're supposed
Like
to. I ain't never been to
that's
jail.
what
Yes.
see it
Yes.
that's what see it. It's like you're supposed to team up with Pirates of the Caribbean. Like that's common sense. You don't make this game and don't think, oh, one day Jack Sparrow could be in this game. If they made that game and not one person thought of that, they should be fired immediately. The
Fire
whole
the
squad.
entire staff.
I'm not giving them credit for something that they should have done. It should have been day one.
But you
Just
know what?
because.
But you know
Go
what?
ahead. Go.
They finally did it. And Sea of
I'm
Thieves
not
is a
giving them
game.
credit.
Sea of Thieves is a game that they've made a lot of additions and improvements from what I hear.
Are
That
you
it's
gonna play it? That's all that matters.
yeah,
Are you going to
I
play it
have to
now?
try it. If Mima comes
Wow.
over, and I have the Sea of Thieves Pirates of the Caribbean add-on, free add-on through Game Pass. If I have that on my Xbox, I
Yes.
have to throw it on and see Captain
Okay.
Jack on the screen.
Then you know
For
what?
me,
Then
I have to.
okay. If that's the case,
I
if
have
that's the
to.
case, then they deserve a star. I'll give them credit because they got someone who would never play this game to play it. So I give then you know what? I'll give them the star. But at the end of the day, though, to me, I'm like, bro, like that. Come on, like now they had like now if you had said okay, they're adding the Greyjoys or something, I'd be like, okay, all right, okay. Now that's outside of the box.
Why
You
do
know
you
what I
keep adding?
mean?
No. That's not outside the box. Since Elden Ring, all you've been doing is slapping Game of Thrones on everything. You're like, oh, you know what needs
So
a Game of Thrones
I've been
collab?
rewatching it.
The next
I've been rewatching
2K.
it. I've been
Ooh.
rewatching it, yo.
Okay. So you got George R. on the mind.
Yeah.
Nah, it's a good collab. I mean,
I wish he
hopefully,
had Game of Thrones on the mind. We'll have the
right,
damn books out already.
right.
Shit.
So shout out to George R. But it looks like it could be a very robust add-on to the game. It's like a whole campaign thing that it's not like just a mission or two. It appears to be something quite lengthy.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
I
It's like
doubt, I
a
don't
whole
think that's Johnny
expansion.
Depp. I don't think that's Johnny Depp at all. But
No, it's definitely
but the
not. No,
quality of the
definitely not.
voice acting is just as good as the Kingdom Hearts games, where Captain Jack Sparrow also appears. It's just as good as that. Meaning it's pretty damn good.
Yeah. It was good. It was
Yeah,
good.
and
And
I
they
don't
have
know
other
if
characters from it too.
well
So
they have at least Davy Jones. I don't know if
yeah,
they're gonna have
they had that old guy, that the guy,
one of the pirates that's
the
been with him
ship crew
for
guy.
the longest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They had. I
So
feel like they're gonna have more, and they had the witch girl, the whatever. I don't know what her name is.
the one that was
I'm not a
telling them
big.
the prophecy and all that stuff for the
Yeah, the
Creole type
prophecy.
accent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so
I think
they
it's
showed a
gonna be.
lot. They
They
showed a
may even
lot.
show the guy. What's the guy's name? The main character. Maybe even have him.
Captain Jack is the main character.
No. I meant the white boy, the other white boy.
Legolas?
I don't know. No, the one that liked the girl.
Legolas?
Is that his name? I don't know his name. I
No,
thought
but
I don't know.
Orlando Bloom that he played Legolas.
Oh yeah, him.
Isn't he
I
Katy
don't know the
Perry's husband?
characters.
Isn't he married to Katy
I
Perry?
don't know. Lucky man then. I don't
I
know.
think he's married to Katy Perry. Anyway, whatever. Shout out to Orlando.
Yeah, shout out to Katy. Yeah, shout out to Katy Perry. I mean, you mentioned her. She
Sure.
deserves a cat. Yeah, she deserves one more
Sure.
than him.
Shout out to Plastic Bags and whatever games and songs and stuff we want to reference.
Anyway, at the end of the day, look, it does accomplish. It does accomplish what the hell
It gets
they
you
want.
interested in being a pirate.
It didn't get me interested, but it'll be all right. All right.
All right.
Just real quick too. Shout out to Xbox too, because they got one of the best games of the year last year to join Game Pass. I've been waiting to mention this too.
Exactly where I was
Hades.
going.
because Hades is another great game.
Indie
It's
game,
a
and it's an
game,
indie game.
yes, and it is an indie game, and Xbox has always supported indie games. So, at least, yeah, they have.
They
So,
have.
I gotta give major props to that. I bought it for the Switch, but now I have it on console, so I'll never play it on Switch again.
I have it on
But
PC, and I'm still gonna play it on console as well.
right. Yeah, I would have paid for it if they didn't say it wasn't, on Game Pass. But this is on Game Pass. Shit, I ain't
Yeah,
paying shit. But no. So Hades is for sure. Another game that they're bringing from PC to console. Got to give major loves the Flight Simulator.
hmm
So if I get my pilot license, just know it was because of my Xbox. They always said that kids shouldn't be playing games that much. Well,
I could be a
bitch, I'm
certified
be flying planes. Yeah. So what are you doing in your life?
pilot.
I'm flying planes. But
uh,
anyway, other than
they
that,
did a
I think,
collab too, though. We're speaking of collabs. Flight Simulator having a free add-on DLC that's going to be coming to both PC and the console version of the game.
oh,
Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Married. The
Top
movie's coming out
Gun.
soon, right? Isn't that a movie coming
Hopefully,
out?
hopefully.
Right. Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Come on, Tom. I think that movie happened before I was born. But
Highway to the
you
danger
know,
zone, man. Yeah,
yeah. Well, look.
I'm hyped to try some Flight Simulator. I mean, I don't know how like Google Earth it is. Like, can I fly over where my
Okay,
block?
now this is the thing. I think on PC you can, but I don't
You,
know on
you don't know if
console
on
how deep
console
it
it's gonna be the
is.
same experience.
I don't
All
know.
right.
I mean, if it
Well,
is, then oh shit. But
it's gonna be on Game Pass, PC, and Xbox Series X. So I will download it on PC and I will
next
see if
month,
I can fly
July
over my block.
27th, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, July
So
27th. So
okay.
gotta definitely try that.
All right.
And I'm gonna let you talk about the last one because
Okay.
I think you're a bigger fan of it than I am.
Probably,
So
but
I'm gonna
fan
let
is a
you.
little strong of a word.
Well, okay, I'm not gonna say fan. I
But
think you were more
more
impressed
enthusiastic.
by it.
Yeah, more.
Yeah,
I think I was more enthusiastic about it. So
I
yeah,
thought
you're
it was
talking
a
about
terrible ending. So go ahead.
it was. I'll give you this. It was kind of a really awkward way to end a relatively, I would say, strong outing from Xbox this year at E3, because of all the games they showed, and because so many of those games are coming out this year, and
Hmm.
a lot of them in the early parts of next year, so they're not that far away. In the past, they kind of screwed up in that aspect, but they showed a lot of gameplay, and they ended with this original Bethesda IP that is
Yes.
exclusive to Xbox, and also probably PC, not sure, but definitely Microsoft exclusive. We'll say that it's this new IP titled Redfall, and it was a rather lengthy CGI trailer, not no gameplay. This is the game that's supposed to come out next summer, and what I was enthusiastic because of the concept. So it's a squad based, class based 4 player co op game. Each of the characters that you can play as has their own unique abilities that add to the team, whether as a support mechanic, moving people around with teleporters through ethereal fucking phone booths and shit that I saw, and or through attacks, special attacks that you can do. The character designs looked interesting to me. Some of the moves that they showed in the CG
Mm.
looked interesting to me. And you find against a bunch of vampires. So it's vampires with different power sets and things like that you would either attribute to traditional vampires or to these video gamey ones. I mean, again, I'm a sucker for co-op games. I'm a sucker for co-op experiences. So, that's even why Far Cry 6 has so much of my attention, even though I haven't finished a Far Cry game in my entire
Oh
life.
yeah, I
You
forgot
know,
about Far Cry.
but
Yeah,
see, yes,
shout out
snuck
to
it in there. Yeah.
yeah.
So, this game Redfall, we didn't see any gameplay, but there's potential there. One, because it's a new IP. Two, It's a co-op experience. I don't know what it's gonna play like. I don't know if it's open world. I don't really understand.
We don't know anything. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know anything. That was the huge disappointing part. It's like, why show this and not gameplay? Why end your conference with no gameplay? I feel like they could have ended with Halo. I feel
No,
like they
and I was about to say Halo should have been the
Yeah.
ender. If you're starting with Starfield, you end it with your star. And I just feel like that's how you should do it. You don't get the ball, to just some random guy. You know what I'm saying? So George Hill. You don't get the ball, George Hill.
Yeah.
You take the shot.
On the night when Jokic is getting his MVP trophy, you don't show a
throw
Jamal
him out the
Murray
gate.
highlight clip when he's on the
Yeah.
bench. You just don't.
Yeah.
I love Jamal Murray.
You don't throw him out the game either, but whatever.
That's a whole other thing. League soft.
Yeah.
Shout out to John Morant. But we've been on our Grizzly for a while. We came out of hibernation. See what I did there? We came out of hibernation to
okay,
give
Keats.
the bar.
Okay, Keats. All right, I see you. All right.
Enough. Shout out to Keats and his fucking Bleach freestyle. That was amazing. Anyway, link in your description. So we got through all the games you wanted to mention at E3. We gave our impressions. Let's give.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I thought you were gonna just not do this. I feel like we should give a rating.
That's what I was gonna say.
I know.
It's been a minute since we've done
what
this.
we doing?
We still
what we doing out of 10? 5? What we doing?
Well, let's rate it on. I don't remember what was our scale before. Was it 5 or 10?
I think it was always 10. I can't remember, but I think it was 10.
For the sake of the theme and what we liked from here, let's go with how many Halo rings are we giving this out of 10? And let's just focus on Microsoft.
No, wait. We should have done like Game of Thrones. I've been throwing 5 Game of Thrones.
Dragon eggs? Like, what do you want? How many direwolf pups? What are you doing?
Hey, I don't know.
How many murdered wedding guests? Like, come on.
Yes. For me, no, I'm just playing. Honestly, as bad as Redfall was for me, it was kind of like a red wedding. Anyway, but whatever. To me, out of 10, am I doing E3 as a conference, or am I doing?
No, let's just do Microsoft. Fuck the rest. Just Microsoft.
Okay. So then Microsoft, it gets a strong. I'm gonna go with 8.5. I'm gonna go 8.5. I'm not gonna go 9. I'm not gonna go 9 only because they didn't have more for Starfield. Even though it was a strong beginning, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I felt like they had something, an explanation, something more than just what it was. I did like that they had the release date. I think that's what saves it, because they didn't have a release date. Then, I feel like it'd been
then what are you even doing?
Yeah, but
just show me
that's
a
what
poster.
saved that point.
Right.
Yeah, but other than that, they didn't show me anything. They really didn't say anything. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5 just because one. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna say this, but I just agree with it. 30 games, 27 on Game Pass. And then the fact that most of them are coming out within a year and a half. So other than that, I mean, I don't think they mentioned anything about 2023. So everything's coming out from now to 2022. So besides Redfall, I wouldn't think Redfall's coming out. I think that's probably later.
But the thing is, they name dropped a bunch of stuff that they didn't even bother showing that they did show at previous E3s. They mentioned the new Fable. They mentioned Perfect Dark. Or not at previous E3s, but at previous things.
Yeah, I know what you
Elder
mean.
Scrolls being worked on.
Well,
so
that's
they did
fine.
name drop those things. Those things might be in 2023.
Yeah. I'm not expecting anything from Elder Scrolls, even if they honestly, they didn't even have to mention it. I want them to take their time.
Right.
Take another 5 years. I don't care. Just
do Starfield.
Game.
Finish Starfield.
Yeah, I don't care.
And then, I'm with that.
My
score is going to be very similar to yours for some similar reasons. I like I said, I feel like they should have ended with Halo. There was so much that they showed today about the multiplayer, as I was mentioning before, that if they would have ended the conference with just that big chunk of Halo, fuck it if it goes 2 hours. Who cares? It was 2 hours
Yeah.
mostly games. So that's what we want.
Right.
If they would have saved or rather pushed a lot of the stuff they showed today and added it to the end of just a big Halo reveal, I think that would have been great. But I think by putting Redfall and it being a new IP to end the conference, they wanted people to feel excited for something that they haven't felt very enthusiastic or optimistic about in regards to Xbox for a long time, and that is new, interesting first-party IPs coming out
Uh-huh.
on an Xbox console. And was that the best way to do that? No, but I
No.
think it says a lot that they started with a Bethesda reveal, Bethesda
And
news.
end it with
They
one.
ended with Bethesda news. That was a big acquisition. They wanted to
Well,
put them at the
then
forefront. I get that, but I feel like
in that case, reverse it. Reverse it. Start off with Redfall, if that's the case.
yeah,
End
yeah.
with Starfield.
And with
If
Starfield
that's
launch
the
date,
case.
yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like that and then reverse it. But I got you. What was your
I
final score?
I didn't give a final score, but it's gonna be higher than 8.5. I can't just leave
Oh
half a
wow.
Halo ring out there, but it's not gonna be a 9 either. I'm gonna go 8.8. I'm gonna go eight
Oh, okay.
eight. Okay, nice
Okay.
round number. Can't get more round than that. The eights, if you lie them
Uh,
sideways, they're infinite. Okay, so that goes with the theme as well. I'm gonna go
Okay.
8.8 with it.
Okay.
One of Microsoft's strongest E3 showings, I think, probably ever. Probably going back all the way to the 360 days, maybe when
Yeah.
they were like showing off more functionality of Xbox Live and their vision for what that's going to mean for gaming, especially in that Halo 3 era, in that Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare era back in the day. I would say that this is one of their strongest
I'm shocked we didn't get
moments.
anything from Call of Duty, by the way. Now
No,
that I
we
thought about
we
it.
we did. They did actually show some Call of Duty stuff. They talked about Warzone. There was Warzone stuff that they
Oh, was
talked about.
okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
missed that one.
I'm pretty sure they did talk. Or was that during Games Fest?
It must have
Maybe
been
that was
Games
during Games
Fest.
Fest. Maybe that was during Games Fest.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't
Um,
watch Game Fest, so
but
that's why I
the thing
missed
is,
it.
I mean, Call of Duty is something that I check in with every once in a while. But there's so many other games to experience that
Yeah, I'm
I'm
getting
not
back
just.
into Warzone. I'm loving it. So
Yeah,
better.
Fino's been getting back into Warzone, so that's cool. But before we go, unfortunately, due to logistical, purposes, we didn't make the right phone calls. Nintendo decided to have their conference, their treehouse, their whatever you want to call it, tomorrow instead of in time for
Yes.
our fucking return, our glorious return
Right.
today. So let's end, with a red
Our
hat.
conference.
With a red hat. Let's
Yes.
put on our. I'll put my red hat on. You could put your green hat on. Okay, we do that. All right, hold that L,
Oh,
and
put,
let's
put my hood on. Nice hoodie
and
I
and
have.
and let's make some predictions or really briefly to close it out. What are some things we are hoping Nintendo talks about, reveals tomorrow, for their E3 news stuff?
Well, from my sources, they are gonna be game heavy. So with game heavy being the goal of them, I think you're gonna see the Pokemon, a little bit more of the Pokemon, what do you call it? That open world Arceus game.
Okay.
Um, I would think that you will see a teaser to Breath of the Wild 2,
A
maybe some
teaser.
gameplay for it.
You don't think we've seen
Yeah,
gameplay?
I don't it because I don't know when it's coming out. The only I know there was everyone was talking about this year, the end of
When is
this year,
Pokemon
but
coming out? When is the new Pokemon? I'm
I
sorry
think
to
that's
interrupt you.
no. I
Don't they
don't
have a remake
remember from
for
last year.
Diamond and Pearl coming out, right?
That's coming out this year. Yeah, that's coming out later this year.
But that
But
Arceus game,
Arceus, I think
that's
it's
not for
next
this
year.
year. That's
I
next
don't
year.
think so. I think it's
Okay.
next year.
Okay.
Don't hold me to it though. But I think you'll see more of that because they at least they showed that at the last direct they when they the whole Pokemon direct they did. I would honestly because this year is this year's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, right? Am I correct? Is it this year, or is that?
Is that this year or was that last year?
Because that's why
I
they're
know
all bring
this is the what, the 30th anniversary of Zelda?
35th.
30th.
There's 35 years. Yeah, so they got a lot of
Oh
anniversaries
my
this year. I
god,
know
I'm
Zelda
old.
and Pokemon. It's those two. Like those are gonna be the games that they
Yeah, because they
feature
just had the
around.
Mario 25th anniversary, right?
So this year I think it's Pokemon 25 and then
Not
35 for
even
Zelda.
25th, 30th. They had the Mario 30th anniversary.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna change it up. They're not gonna show a teaser of Breath of the Wild. I think they end with Breath of the Wild gameplay because it is the
Gameplay.
35th anniversary. Yeah, they're gonna have to have gameplay for it.
All right.
But I also believe they're gonna have a bunch of remasters. It would surprise me. Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, all those get remastered for Switch.
Like re-release
I don't.
again for full price.
Yeah, but for the Switch, I think that's something they have to do. It's 35th anniversary. But it's gonna be Pokemon and Zelda heavy. I don't expect the Pro to be shown at this thing. I don't. I expect that
So
to be at a separate event.
no new Switch revealed, you think, at tomorrow?
No, I think that's gonna be at a separate event. I still think it's coming out this year, but it's not gonna be at this event that
Not
they
gonna be
reveal it.
tomorrow.
No.
Okay. All right. I'm hoping to see Breath of the Wild 2 in some fashion. Whether it's a trailer or gameplay, obviously I prefer gameplay. Um,
Mm,
but I don't expect it to be coming out this year. I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 will come out this year. Um,
okay.
I can see if they're going to do, like you say, Ruff, remasters or remakes, not remakes, remasters of past Zelda games. I'm hoping it comes out in a compilation disc, a compilation cart, similar to what they did recently with Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, and I forgot what the other Mario was on there. Um, Similar to something like that. Put a couple of the remastered Zeldas together in one cart for the fans to celebrate the anniversary of that amazing franchise. Um, I think tomorrow we might get one more. I think there's two more Smash Brothers characters that are supposed to come out, and then no mas. I'm thinking we're gonna get one tomorrow. Don't know who
Oh
that's
yeah,
going
I
to
did.
be.
I heard about it. Um yeah, I think it already leaked actually.
Okay.
Um
So,
should I trying to think. I'm sorry, I'm moving the camera around. I had to
bro,
charge my laptop.
you went from where you were to where you are. I mean, you're going prone. I don't
Yeah,
know. You're too into
yeah,
Battlefield, bro.
yeah, I'm sorry, there was enemy right in front of me. But it did leak. It was oh
From
god.
what? From what
Just
franchise?
I forgot, but I know it leaked. Go check out the leaks.
Okay, go
I'm
check
sorry.
out the
I
leaks. He
read.
says.
I don't
All
care
right.
for
Well,
Smash
I'm
Brothers. I
hoping
just read it.
officially whatever this character is revealed. I'm hoping for a compilation Zelda put together. Not
Hmm.
just re-releasing them at full price. I know they
Like a
just did
Mario
that.
type thing. A
Yeah, like
Mario
the
thing.
Mario type thing. Like I
Okay.
know they
Okay.
recently came out with Skyward Sword as its own
Yeah.
full re-release thing. I don't want that for all the Zelda titles. Like do a compilation thing. I mean, make it accessible and affordable for fans. Don't make us pay $50, $60 again for the fourth, fifth time for some of these fucking games. Come on, Nintendo, break the mold.
Just give
So
it
I'm
to
hope.
us. How about that?
I also don't think we're gonna see the console tomorrow. I don't think we're gonna see the console tomorrow either. But I do think it'll be teased. I do think they'll nut tap us and tease it. That I think we'll get. I also think that we might get some other type of battle royale Nintendoized game. What that might be, I'm not sure, but
Don't
it'd
tell
be
me no
cool.
damn
Huh?
Mario type thing.
Well, it would be cool since it's Zelda we're talking about here. If they had, I remember back in the day they used to have that Zelda like kind of co-op game where everybody was a different colored Link. like a blue link, a red link, a green link, and a I forget the other color link, purple. I think it was purple. And you guys did
Hmm.
missions together or whatever. I'm thinking it'd be something in that type of vein, maybe with those type of simplistic graphics, and it'll be Zelda themed, like a BR. Maybe it's a never-ending dungeon. You got to see who could get farther in the dungeon, or something like that, to then win. I think we're gonna see something like that because they've been doing a lot of that recently with some of their, with Mario. They had the
Yeah.
one with they've been doing it, so
Yeah.
that's a
I got
possibility.
you.
And let's see, one more thing that I'm hoping tomorrow for Nintendo. I'm hoping, and this is not going to happen. This is absolutely wishful thinking, impossible. That they, pull their heads out of their asses and finally unveil a realistic, functional, uh, internet connectivity Nintendo Online service that does not require your phones, because the new consoles, which they will tease, I think, it'll have a built-in microphone or something, or a headset jack that works with microphones. Some shit that drags whatever the new Switch is closer to the current gen than the Switches that we have now. So those are my predictions on that, and we'll see if any of what we said was right. Before I give my final words, I'd like once again to thank everybody taking the time to listen to us, watch us. Double DLC podcast. I know we took a long hiatus. It has been a while. It has been a minute, but video games are still growing. There's still more people playing them. Whether you have a PS5 legally or illegally through raffle or through the black
Yeah.
market in your home, I know that you're watching this because you love games. I know that you are, you're going to find your gaming fix one way or another. And I appreciate that you're doing so by taking some time supporting us, watching us, giving us a view, whether on CCG's channel or their affiliates or whatever, or our own. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. And, expect more content on a more frequent basis to come from us. Ruff, you want to say something?
Honestly, I just want to say thanks. Thanks to you, for basically coming back together, bringing this partnership back together, bringing it back to life. We did our trial run. I think we did about 6 episodes, something like that, for 5 or 6 episodes. I can't remember. And they were a lot of fun. It was an avenue I wanted to go down for a while. And we had the balls to do it. So thanks again for joining me in this venture. Um, as for, you mentioned CCG. That is something that I'm happy that we are partnering with them. Cortez, JT. For those that don't know, me and JT did a podcast together. Started my original podcast together. And when he branched off to do his own thing, um, it was great to hear that he was doing this, that this is something to bring us back together. I think we could do great things with CCG. I can't wait. I literally can't wait to start really working on this and just driving it. I want to be the voice of the voiceless. I want to be the voice of CCG. Um, and I know Slim would love to be the voice of CCG, and I think that's what we can bring to this organization, this group, this collective. Um, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. They do a lot of gameplays. They drop a lot of videos with, they're playing whatever game, hot new games, old classic games, party games, whatever. The commentary is awesome. It's just a bunch of friends just playing games that just the world wants to see, but they also want to watch us play because this shit is awesome. So, you know, definitely check it out. I like I said, I can't wait. I started my Twitch, so I'm gonna be streaming up there a lot. As you can see, I know it's a little dark where I'm at right now. I just moved into a house. I just bought a house, so I'm still getting everything straight. My game room is not set up yet, so I'll have a better presentation soon. Sort of like what Slim got, with all of the pops in the back and stuff that like that.
That's my
It ain't
living room.
perfect, yo, but it's dope. It's better than what I got right now. You see darkness. So I don't know why it's so dark. I got a light bright as hell. But it is what it is. The game room's coming soon, so you'll see my whole setup. But just real quick, just want to throw my social media stuff out there so you guys can contact me or whatever. You can check it out. My Twitch is the Daddy Fino Show. My Instagram is Daddy Fino Yo with 6 O's at the end. That just represents my titles. But let's see. And if you want to check out my other podcast, it's a wrestling podcast. It's called the Daddy Fino Show with my homegirl, Sasha the Legit King. If you want to check that out, you can. The Daddy Fino Show on all podcast and streaming sites. So anyway, how about you, Slim?
Cool. Well, yeah. Really looking forward to doing some co-op gameplays and stuff like that, party games with CCG. I know we probably are going to be working on something Halo related, and leading up to the Halo Infinite release. So look out for that. Me, Cortez, and E, or some combination of us three, have ran through most of the Halo games in the past, and we might refresh to the Master Chief Collection to see how that goes.
I want to play.
So also I'll plug my socials as well. You can follow me at Darkslim on Twitter. That's all you need to worry about. I'm also part of the Two Nerds and an Actor podcast, so you can find us at Two Nerds and an Actor pretty much on whatever. We've been doing our season 5 episodes live across the 3 major platforms for streaming: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And we have an episode coming up this Thursday. We're going to be covering In the Heights or the new Conjuring movie. It's one of those. We haven't decided yet. And we're also going to be talking about the first 2 episodes of Loki. If we have time. And we're also going to be covering the first 2 episodes of the Disney Plus series Loki. So you can
MVP.
You hear our analyses, our predictions for where this kind of really amazing series is going to go on Thursdays. And you can catch us again at Two Nerds and an Actor on Twitch, on YouTube, or you can go to our Facebook page. Just search up / Two Nerds and an Actor, and you'll find us at each of those streaming platforms. This has been fun. Podcasting is something that we do because we love to. And whether we're talking about sports, movies, or video games, we're collabing because we enjoy it. Hopefully, you can see how much we enjoy it, and it comes through our personalities, our humor, and our passions. So, we're definitely going to be putting out more content soon, much sooner than we were before. We're focused. We're ready. Ruff is going to put his new address in the description below, so you can send him a nice little care package. And so that'd be easier to DOS him, and to dox him.
Just tip me on Twitch, and give me a follow, because apparently you need follows before you can get subscriptions. I didn't know that. So,
you do, yeah.
So I need 100 followers. I need 96 more. So go ahead and follow me on Twitch.
I was the first follower.
You were.
You were. All right. So appreciate y'all. Enjoy.
Oh, real quick. One last thing. I'm sorry. I don't know if we said it.
Redfall 2.
So this video. Oh no! Don't do that. Don't do that. You just. Oh God. No, but just real quick. The video of this podcast is going to be exclusively on the CCG YouTube page.
Okay.
So we wanted to make sure we announced that, and then the audio will be on all podcast and streaming sites: Spotify, Google, whatever Google's called now, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff.
All right.
So I just wanted to make sure that announcement was out there. So
okay, and next time we'll lead with that so y'all know. But that's pretty much what the format is going to be for these releases. All right. So appreciate y'all for taking the time. If you stood this long, then damn, you really fucks with us, and we appreciate that. A lot of gaming ahead of y'all. Save up your pennies. Get yourself a gaming PC or a next gen console, or not, because a lot of the shit is coming out on last gen consoles. But make sure that you are able to participate in the ever expanding world of gaming. A lot of exciting things out there. Thank you for joining us.
Peace.